Okay, it's 3 a.m. and instead of doing what I should do and just go to bed, I'm just going to get on this thread and go over some of the ideas that I have for Templar changes. Should have done it a long time ago, but I'm finally getting around to it now. It was originally posted January 8th. That was 7 months ago now. It's July. Today is July 13th. So yeah, about 7 months. But I started off this thread by saying, first let me say that I appreciate the hard work that game developers put into the game. I appreciate their efforts to make the game better. I have some suggestions for the Templar class to fix what I see as deficiencies and to improve on what is already there. I believe it's worth its own thread, and I want to be sure someone at ZOS has seen it. Again, these are suggestions, not demands. Now, since I posted this, I look back at it and I'm like, well, some of these may not have been great ideas, but I will go over them anyway. First one I listed was healing ritual or under healing ritual, the hasty prayer morph. Even though I do see that there is value in this morph for trials, group PvP or group PvE, I really want Templar to have a source of like a selfish heal, one that doesn't heal other people but heals only themselves. And so my idea was to change hasty prayer into a heal that only changes yourself, would be kind of like a hot, right? And give you, and it would also give you minor expedition. So it would be basically like vigor, except it will also give you minor expedition. But looking back on that, maybe that wasn't a great idea. I don't know. It's out there anyway. So for the explosive charge morph of toppling charge, this should probably do like just some like huge AoE damage, like enough damage to make it like a worthy option to toppling charge, because toppling charge is by far the best morph right now. But I don't know, maybe it always will be. You can't really compare it to that stun. That stun is very good. So it was just going to be a big AoE damage morph, not a stun, but it'll still be worthless anyway. So my idea for backlash was that backlash is scaled with spell damage instead of max magicka. And also I said for purifying light, the AoE hot or heal over time should be effective upon cast, not when it ends. Because when it ends, you basically have to stay in that area in order to get the heal, instead of just being able to just cast it and then, you know, puncture and sweep and be getting the heal the entire time. So I also said that I didn't like the green color of the power of the light, and there should be white or gold to better fit with the Templar theme, but I understand that they don't do that. Now, Empower and Sweep lost the major protection that it used to have, so I suggested that it should heal the caster over time for the amount of damage done. And since the Empower buff is redundant on Templars that get Empower from Solar Barrage, it can be, you know, they can just get rid of that and just have it, give it just a heal over time and call it the Auroral Sweep or something like that. Now, my idea for Unstable Core was that it would become a huge bubble, sort of like a negate sized bubble, and it would be for Templar tanking, and it would be like the size of Time Stop or negate, and it will cover a large area, and the enemies, the opponents in this area, will experience the same effects as the old Unstable Core every time they use a direct damage attack. So they would get snared, and then eventually stunned, or just get, if not snared or stunned, they would get snared and receive damage every time they use a direct damage attack inside this bubble. So that's part of the Templar's house. That would be part of the Templar's house that they're encouraged to build. And as an example for a name, I thought it could be called Sanctuary. So the description that I gave was that it creates a luminous sphere at the target location that harms enemies with growing intensity anytime they use a direct damage attack. So the description for the rest is mostly the same as the regular stable course. So I just keep going on. Because it's late, I'm going to finish this. So passives. There are so many worthless passives on the Templar. Burning Light. My idea for Burning Light, the Burning Light passive, was that it should be increased to your critical damage by 10%. And increased critical damage done to a blocking target by 10%. And the Piercing Spear passive should be a penetration bonus to your Adric Spear abilities. It makes sense, right? Piercing Spear. So Illuminate should give both minor sorcery and minor brutality. Minor sorcery or minor brutality only to the Templar, not to the group. But it should continue to give minor sorcery to the group. That was my idea for that. So the description that I wrote was Illuminate. Casting a Dawn's Wrath ability grants minor brutality to you and minor sorcery to you in your group for 20 seconds. Now, Lightweaver. For Lightweaver, I suggested that Lightweaver should affect the caster when under 50% health, not just the allies. So if you're alone and you're healing yourself under 50% health, you should gain 2 ultimate. It shouldn't just be for other people. You know, it should be for yourself as well. My idea for Balanced Warrior was that Balanced Warrior should give both weapon damage and spell damage bonuses, as well as bonuses to spell resistance and physical resistance. Now, thankfully, ZOS has done that, so I'm happy with where this is now. Master Ritualist. I think this is the last one. So Master Ritualist should give Templars a 10% chance to remove 1 negative effect when casting a heal on their self or an ally. As it stands, this is another example of the Templar passive being more beneficial to the team than the Templar themselves. So the new passive would read like this. Master Ritualist. When you heal yourself or an ally, you have a 10% chance to remove 1 negative effect. Increases resurrection speed by 20%. Resurrected allies return with 100% more health. Gives you a 50% chance to fill the empty soul gem after each successful resurrection. Alright, so and if the calculations are too much, instead of having a 10% chance, just have every 10th cast of a Restoring Light ability remove 1 negative effect. And those were my ideas. Some of these I understand, those may not want to incorporate, but I am glad they did. At least for Backlash and Balanced Warrior. But there were a few more on here. Oh, Sunshield. I don't know why I didn't put Sunshield on here, but I would like it if Sunshield also skills with spell damage. Maybe, you know, why not? Templars don't have a class shield to use because Templars just don't stack max magic like other classes do. So anyway, that's enough for this video. Thank you all for watching.